5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week, also plus our trade that we did and full analysis. Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. At Monday's episode, thank God it's Monday to record one more video over here. We did one trade during the weekend. Actually, I did it, and yeah, as you know, on this channel we're going to do trades and we're going to do full analysis, so you can learn also a little bit about trading and technical analysis while I'm also learning, and we're going to lose my money, not yours, so you can also learn on my mistakes. We have some very interesting development on the chart and on the trade, and I think you're going to learn a lot. So make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and now let's begin. So we're going to go through these 5 things very quickly just to have in mind what do they think about the Bitcoin price over here, at least in this week. And also we're going to go through the trade and what's happening with the Bitcoin, because for now it seems like that we're a little bit bearish, and I'm going to explain you actually why. Over here, the big gaps and bigger buys, 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. As we can see, the first thing is vaccine stimulus decision fuels risk appetite. On a wider macro level, talk is firmly focused on the United States agreeing a coronavirus stimulus package this week. A major test of the dollar's strength negotiation have no guarantee. As we all know, the dollar is falling. As Cointelegraph reported, this will contain benefits for various economic sectors, but will crucially not involve the second stimulus check for ordinary Americans, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if we go further lower over here, this is the US dollar. As we all know, it's falling. We're going to the second thing. BTC price rebounds to crucial resistance, and as we can see, after a cluster 5 days trading, BTC USD rallied after Friday, rising from near $18,000 to a high of $19,400 over here, and that happened yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go through that also on the charts. Make sure to stay all the way until the end of this video. I think you're going to like what we have to say there. The next, certainly not going to go through all of this, we're just going to go through the things, right? Another $1,000 futures gap joins the party. This I didn't know it, and I didn't notice, actually I didn't watch those futures, and as we can see over here, there are the gaps. So it seems like that we are on some sort of a way reserving the drop to the downside, and I'm also going to explain you why this could happen. There are some interesting facts on the charts. Everything will be connected in one dot on the charts, because the charts are our news, and as Alessio said, show me charts and I show you the news, right? Definitely check out Alessio Rastani. I'm going to come back to this later also, just to mention something very quickly. Going to the next one, institutional interest boosts Bitcoin image. Institutional uptake meanwhile continues to buy sentiment and give Bitcoin positive publicly in the mainstream. This also applies for the altcoins eventually, right? One can see the potential demand that could arise over the coming years as other insurance companies and pension funds follow Mass Mutual's example, which is pretty much this news that we can cover very quickly. Actually, we covered this as a breaking news, one of the first YouTube crypto videos that we did. Instantly when I saw this news, I made it. Make sure to check out, you can see breaking news into the thumbnail. So going to the next one, Coiner wallets hits record numbers, which is pretty much those that are holding one or more Bitcoins, right? We are rising as crazy. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, all-time high that you should observe into the Bitcoin in this week. Now let's jump into the charts over here. The thing that happened this weekend, I traded, I think it was Saturday, we traded this candle over here. We traded 10x leverage on the Bybit, of course, a small sum, because we are learning on this channel, and also we need to feel comfortable with our trade. If you are over trading your money, then that's not good. You're not feeling good with the trade and you're stopping. That's not good. So always trade the money that you can afford to lose and that you can feel comfortable with into the trade, right? So what happened over here, I think we went on the 4-hourly chart over here. So I was about to trade this $18,500 breaking, because it seemed like a perfectly good resistance for the Bitcoin, as you can see over here, those two candles over here as a support. So perfectly good resistance and level of support. We mentioned it many times into the past when we came actually over here. Look at this, it's beautiful level for trading. And what happened, we formed few situations in the middle of breaking it, which set me up to get out of the trade on the 10% of profits. That's nothing, pretty much 10%, right? But we had to close the perfectly good position, and I'm about to explain you why. So if we zoom in a little bit on the 1 daily chart, the reason why we traded this is because of this hammer over here. Now this hammer represents bottoming on the previous drop, or let's say retrace, pull towards 20 exponential moving average or some other moving average, doesn't matter. Now the reason why we traded this is because this was actually over here the support, right? And this candle even, confirmed that support over here and bounced back. And after this candle, you should see the bounce from that support, or at least above this candle, because this is bottoming formation, one candle bottoming formation. So what happened is, yes, we saw confirmation and we traded this over here, because as you can see, this you should count as a support. It never broke, and after that we continue to the upside. So this was perfectly good trade if you think about, right? So if you zoom in a little bit on the 4-hourly chart, we traded somewhere approximately over here, and we closed our position, I don't know, maybe somewhere here or something like that, I don't know. Now your question is most probably why we closed this position. Well, if you zoom out a little bit on the 1 daily chart, the thing that formed during that candle on the 1 daily chart, yes, you heard me well, ladies and gentlemen, in the time while the new candle was forming over here, it was middle of the night. The problem over here was the divergence. As we can see on the RSI formed over here, one higher low over here, one lower low over here, while here on the price you're seeing higher low and you're seeing lower low over here, and that pretty much gives you some perspective. We may see drop in a few hours or in a few days, God knows when this could happen. So I didn't want to leave the leverage position of 10x during the night over here, even if it's on stop loss. I don't care, it's too much. I just had to close it because, as you can see already, this candle today is red, so it seems like that we are going to see potential more retrace. I'm so bummed because this is beautiful pattern for trading over here. I love this pattern, this single pattern over here, but we didn't manage to do so. So it's better to protect yourself when you see such a thing. It seems like the divergences are much more powerful than the candlestick pattern, so I would recommend you to be careful. Watch many things before entering the trade. Now the whole point of this is not that we got any mistake over here. The point is the bearish divergence formed while this candle was closing and we were actually trading that candle, and that forced us to close our position and unfortunately revalue the market again. And here you need to understand about managing the trade, which means when you are into the trade, then you are managing it. What should you do? You need to be active into the trade. You cannot just leave it and just let it go. So this is also good advice over here. We did a great, right? We protect us, we got some small amount of money, but of course the advice is manage your trade. Do not let it in passive mode, so you will be stopped or something worse. Of course we could get maybe 1.5% more, which is 15% more over this, but you never know what could happen that night, so it's better to close it, right? So this is one of the reasons why I'm going to bring Alessio Rastani's last video. He's discussing actually about that. This guy is crazy. I love his videos, his knowledge. I strongly recommend you to watch Alessio Rastani. The last video he's discussing exactly on that trade over here, about this candle and confirmation, how to trade, because if you're going to trade this pattern over here, this single candle, you need to have confirmation after that candle that the rally is going to continue, that you're going to actually see green candle to the upside, not a red one. And what he's talking about over here, I can just quickly tell you. He zoomed into the 1-hourly chart and what he's doing, right? As you can see on the 1-hourly chart, this over here is that candle, just zoomed in. he is counting Elliott waves over here, 1, 2, 3, and if you have 1, 2, 3 wave, that's pretty much corrective wave from the drop that we had in the previous rally over here, which indicates you that you're going to see one more drop over here to retest these lows over here, which pretty much happened, and then you see bounce. This is pretty beautiful, and I'm going to use this in our strategies over here. Thank you, Alessio, for this. This guy is crazy. Go there, subscribe, like. He's very great if you want to learn more technical analysis from real professional, right? Now, last but not least over here, I hope you enjoyed into this trade analysis over here. It was really interesting weekend, and we may actually experience some drop over here because of the divergences. So we're going to observe the price in the next 4 to 5 days, and we're going to do videos. So of course, just make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Now, switching to the next one over here, Mass Mutual Bitcoin purchase proves crypto demand is rising. JP Morgan says. We actually covered these news, just it was the another one, but let's read just one paragraph or something like that. In an Mass Mutual $100 million Bitcoin purchase shows that the demand for cryptocurrency will be growing further, according to strategists, a major investment bank, JP Morgan. And as you can see, they're always mentioning cryptocurrency. Nobody's mentioning only Bitcoin. Cryptocurrencies are here to stay, so that's why you need to hit the like and subscribe button. In an investor note on December 11th, JP Morgan strategists, including Nikolaos Panigiritsoglu, sorry for this, ladies and gentlemen, I butchered it so badly, reportedly suggested that Bitcoin adoption is now expanding from family offices and wealthy investors to bigger investors like insurance firm and pension funds. Imagine to have pension into the Bitcoin, insane, right? We are in the future. As reported by Bloomberg, the expert said that insurance firms and pension funds are unlikely to invest large amounts in Bitcoin, but even a small shift towards crypto could be significant. This also concerns because of market capitalization. It's very low into the Bitcoin and also in cryptocurrencies. We are just fractal in money, right? Which is also good. It's going to lift the price very easily. If pension funds and insurance companies in the United States, Euro area, the United Kingdom and Japan allocates 1% of their assets to Bitcoin, Bitcoin demand would grow by an additional $600 billion. The strategists calculated that this is almost double Bitcoin's market capitalization, which stands at $356 billion at publishing time, according to data from CoinMarketCap. JP Morgan strategist wrote Mass Mutual Bitcoin purchases represents another milestone in the Bitcoin adoption by institutional investors. Now, I think this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section down below, are we going to see more institutional investors as we saw Mass Mutual in the middle of the night in Europe coming into with $100 million in the Bitcoin? Let me know in the comment section down below what do you think about it, or let me know also what do you think about this trade and situation, this interesting trade that we did, you know, protection trade against the loss or whatever you want to call it. Let me know in the comment section down below what do you think about this. We're going to try to do this stuff much often so you can learn also about trading, and so I can learn also. I'm also not a professional, so we're going to try to learn together. And now I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos, and until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.